Hi, this is Mike Regan with TransAct's 2-Minute Warning for the week of September 2nd. In this week's 2-Minute Warning, I have a very important question for you. Does your company have a written annual supply chain plan? Recently, I received a call from a buddy of mine who happens to be the CEO of a company, gave me a call because he wanted to talk about some issues his company was having and wanted to know if they were supply chain related. Specifically, were there things they could be or should be doing that would alleviate or help mitigate some of the issues they were experiencing? Well, before answering that question, I asked him, can you send me a copy of your written annual supply chain plan so I can take a look at how you're currently doing things today? Now, I wasn't too surprised by his answer because he acknowledged his company didn't have a written supply chain plan. Now, the reason I wasn't too surprised was because, as I shared in some 2-minute warnings from years ago, back in 2021, 22, when supply chains were a real big deal, I was giving talks all over the country, talked to approximately 2,500 to 3,000 C-level executives during that span. And I was talking about how important is your supply chain to the success of your company. Now, when I asked that question to the audience, I said, you can stand up if it's important to your success. Everyone stood up. But when I challenged them to rate their supply chains on a 5-point scale, with 1 being third world, 5 being world class, about 80% of the audience rated their supply chains at 3, 2, or 1, average to mediocre. And I said, how could that be? You just told me how important your supply chain is, but you rate it as average or mediocre. What I also found out when we did these surveys and some written stuff later on was about 80% of the companies we talked to have no written supply chain plan, and that's an issue. The reason it's an issue is because when something's really important to a company, they create a written plan. You have a disaster recovery plan, probably a cybersecurity plan, you have a sales and marketing plan, you probably have a financial planning plan, cash plan, etc. But when it comes to supply chain, there's nothing. So you wonder why your company's having issues. It's because, to a certain extent, people are guessing, and they're also surprised because they're not scanning the environment and taking a look at what's really happening. Now, here's where I'm going with this. If your company doesn't have a written supply chain plan, or if you have a written supply chain plan and you're wondering, is it any good? Here's what I want you to do. Send me an email, give me a call, or let's get together for a one-on-one discussion via Calendly. Because at TransAct, we have a wealth of tools and experience that can help you shape what that plan should look like. You can do it on your own, or you can get our advice. Be happy to help you out, because everybody should have a written supply chain plan. It'll make your life much easier and lead to greater profitability. Now, we make all of this information available to you because with each and every 2-minute warning, we're here to remind you we're on your team, we're here to help, we're passionate about seeing you be successful. Thanks for your time.